Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. It really helps the channel grow, and I appreciate every single one of you. I still remember the day it happened, the day Kofi, the finest weaver in our village, lost everything. The air smelled of freshly dyed cloth. The rhythmic beat of looms echoed through the compound, and the marketplace bustled with traders eager to buy the weavings that had made our village famous. Among them, none were more sought after than those made by Kofi. Kofi had spent weeks working on a special cloth, a deep indigo piece threaded with golden patterns that seemed to dance under the sun. It was meant for the chief's wife, a commission that would bring him not only wealth, but also honor. On the morning of the delivery, he carefully folded the cloth and placed it in a woven basket, covering it with a clean white cloth to shield it from dust. The chief's messengers were due to arrive by noon, and Kofi sat in the shade of his workshop, waiting with a heart full of pride. But fate had other plans. A sudden gust of wind, stronger than any we had seen in days, lifted the basket and sent it tumbling down the hill toward the river. By the time Kofi and the others reached the water's edge, the cloth had already been swallowed by the currents, carried away beyond reach. The village fell silent. Some whispered that it was a bad omen, while others shook their heads in pity. Kofi, his face pale and expressionless, stood motionless for what felt like an eternity. The chief's messengers arrived soon after, expecting to leave with the prized cloth. But when they learned what had happened, their expressions darkened. "The chief does not accept failure," one of them warned. "If you cannot deliver, you will not be paid." With those words, they turned and left, leaving Kofi to sink to his knees in despair. For days, he barely spoke. He stopped weaving, stopped going to the market, stopped doing anything at all. I would often see him sitting outside his home, staring at the river, as if hoping the cloth might somehow return. People offered kind words, but words did not put food on the table, and soon, Kofi's family began to struggle. Then, one evening, an old woman from the next village arrived, carrying a small bundle wrapped in palm leaves. She was known as Ma Abena, a traveling trader who had an eye for rare things. She placed the bundle before Kofi and unfolded it, revealing a piece of cloth unlike anything we had ever seen. It shimmered like the river under the morning sun, woven with threads of copper and silver. "I found this at the market in the city," Ma Abena said. "The trader told me it came from a land far beyond the river. I thought of you, Kofi, for only you could create something this fine." Kofi ran his fingers over the fabric, feeling the weight, the texture, the precision of the weave. He had never seen such material before. His curiosity stirred, and for the first time in weeks, I saw a spark in his eyes. The next morning, he gathered his tools and began weaving again. He studied the foreign cloth, unraveled parts of it to understand its secrets, and then started something new. He worked tirelessly, day and night, blending the techniques of the cloth with his own. When he was done, he had created something even more beautiful than what had been lost, a fabric that seemed to change color with the light, rich with layers of pattern and depth. Word spread quickly. The chief's wife herself came to see the new creation, and when she did, she was so enchanted that she paid twice what had been promised before. Traders from distant lands sought Kofi's work, eager to own something so unique. His misfortune had led him to an unexpected gift, one that brought him greater success than he had ever imagined. Years later, Kofi would often tell his apprentices, "Losing that cloth was the best thing that ever happened to me. Sometimes the river takes away, but it also gives back in ways we do not expect." And that's a wrap for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more awesome content, and share it with anyone who might love it too. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay awesome.